David's loved ones. David's mother, Lisa Wright. David's father, Ron Wright. And as we can all attest, they did one heck of a job. Now David's children, Brooks, Olivia, Madison, and David's wife, Molly. Now, teammates and friends from David's career. One of David's very best friends, longtime Mets bullpen catcher, Dave Reccanello. David's longtime agent and former Mets infielder, Keith Miller. Mets Hall of Famer and former hitting coach who was a huge influence on David's career. Welcome back, Hojo Howard Johnson. Former Mets manager, New York's own Willie Randolph. And the man who managed more games than anyone in the history of the New York Mets, Terry Collins. Fan favorite, Super Joe McEwing. A member of the 2006 division champion Mets, Cliff Floyd. From Southern California, former Met Josh Senton. A longtime friend and later teammate of David's from their Virginia days, Michael Kadire. One of the most popular players in franchise history, shortstop Jose Reyes. And we'll never forget his performance in the 2015 pennant-winning postseason, Daniel Murphy. Now, describing David Wright as a 7-time All-Star, a 2-time Gold Glove, and 2-time Silver Slugger Award winner, it only scratches the surface. We're thrilled to celebrate all that David achieved on the field for the Mets, but even more important is how he impacted people. He was always available to meet his fans. And if someone was in particular need, David would go above and beyond. We all rooted so hard for him to recover from his various physical challenges. And that's why his home run in 2015 in Philadelphia, in his first plate appearance, in his first game back after a grueling
chills, literal chills,
remains one of the all-time goosebump-inducing moments in the history of the Mets. The captain was back, and 2 months later, he and the Mets were in the World Series. And you might recall that David homered right here in Game 3. Such wonderful memories. And so at this time, we ask you to please turn your attention to the City Vision boards and enjoy this very special tribute to the man we honor today.
Hi, this is David Wright. I've kind of tried to make this my second home in New York. I'm originally from Virginia, but New Yorkers have welcomed me with open arms. That's what New York baseball.
Okay, guys, you're gonna hate me for this, but I'm just gonna mute it for like the next 30 seconds or so. I just played that video that they played on X for us, but this is a bit of a copyrighted segment in the sense of the music that they're playing, so I just don't want to get flagged when it doesn't need to happen. But what a great start, obviously, to the ceremony. Really, really cool to see Cliff there. Josh Sadden, who, again, isn't known as like a Met great, but obviously is a close friend of David's, and that's really cool for him to be a part of this. Got Mr. Willie Randolph there, which I love. Daniel, Cliff, everybody that's there. I absolutely love to see it. I'm getting choked up thinking about how choked up David is going to get here with his speech in just a moment. So let's get back to the video now.
Poured into the red clay dirt fields of Virginia, where sweat met soil and discipline took root.
David Wright with an extraordinary play.
Mentors passed down to him unwritten rules, how every inning has a heartbeat.
When I look back on it, I hope to be half the parents that they were to me and my brothers. Really instilled this discipline and this work ethic.
To the right, into the air to center field. It's over his head and the Mets win it.
He began to turn pitches into memories.
How about that?
And from the hot corner,
What a play by David
he would
Wright.
rise like the skyline itself, snagging balls from the air.
And a running one-hand, bare-hand grab. What a play by David Wright.
Connections became seamless, and these connections would become the rhythm and soul of an era. Carrying memories from the walls of Shea
2006 National League East champion.
to the bright lights of City.
Into the air to deep left field. Back
And of course, he would be the first to make the apple rise. He didn't ask for the torch. He earned it.
foul territory, and Wright makes the catch.
To my teammates, coaches, and staff, it's truly been an honor of a lifetime to take the field with you and serve as your captain.
David Wright with a walk-off hit, and the Mets win it 6-5. What a comeback, and David Wright is the hero.
His foundation became resilience. And in that process,
It's about this team. It's about the organization, the fan base, the city.
he became one of us.
From your New York Mets.
Because the grit he played with inspired us all.
That sounds good. The World Series.
In this town, legends aren't born.
David Wright with a highlight reel play.
They're built.
I think I'll get to enjoy those accomplishments after I'm done playing because, you look at what you can do better, and I think that motivates you.
And number 5 was built differently.
I said it when I was a younger player, and I'll say it again. I truly bleed orange and blue.
Fans, please welcome the captain, number 5, David Wright.
Let's go, David! Come on, baby! You deserve this, baby! Soak it up, take it in! This is all for you. All for you, baby. We love you, David.
Hey, David, we're fresh out of tissues here, so don't pull a Messier. Well, David forged many special relationships here, one of which we also honor today. Tony Carillo worked for the Mets for 51 years, starting as a bat boy and ending up as the visiting clubhouse manager. And during his time with the Mets, Tony became one of the most beloved people in baseball. So today, the Mets are proud to honor Tony with the Mets Hall of Fame Lifetime Achievement Award, which honors those whose outstanding dedication and service left an indelible mark on the organization. Presenting Tony with his award is fellow Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Jay Horwitz. Congratulations, Tony. Fans, we ask that you please turn your attention once more to City Vision for a special video tribute to Tony Carillo.
Tony Carillo.
Hey, Tony.
Tony Carillo.
Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Hi, Tony. Sue Lucci from the Shea Underground.
Words cannot express the immense impact you've had on this organization.
51 years of service to the Mets. Look about dedication.
There's no one more deserving than you, my friend. I'm so happy for you and all your family for this very special day.
So happy to see you join other Mets legends like Al Jackson, Harry Minor, and our friend Jay Horwitz. It's the highest achievement a Mets employee can earn, and so well deserved.
No one's more qualified than Tony to receive this Hall of Fame Service Award.
When I think of Tony Carillo, I think of one of the most generous people you could ever possibly meet.
Naming of the visiting clubhouse named after you. Nobody's better than you, Tone.
I'm grateful we got many years to work together, but I'm even more honored to call you a friend.
We miss having you here every day and want you to come hang out a little more often.
It's a very special day for you, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Here's to many more good times, my friend.
Thanks for all the hard work, but even more so, thanks for your friendship.
Tony's distinct personality and mannerisms make him perhaps the most imitated person in all of baseball.
While your stories will be cherished, it's your friendship that we value the most. Congratulations on your award, Tony.
Congratulations on 51 years.
Congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Congratulations on this wonderful achievement.
Congratulations.
Congrats on the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Congrats to the most impersonated man in baseball.
Congratulations on getting the award. Well deserved, my friend.
Congrats again, Tony. Now, don't worry, David. We're just getting started with you. In honor of your special day, the New York Mets would like to present you with some gifts to commemorate this monumental occasion. A framed jersey with your iconic number 5 uniform. And a customized mosaic made from photos of teammates, managers, coaches, and many other special people who helped pave the path to today's celebration. This is really a unique day in Mets history. This happens very, very rarely because in addition to this afternoon's number retirement, David also will become the 35th person inducted into the Mets Hall of Fame, which celebrates franchise excellence. And so, to commemorate David's induction into the Mets Hall of Fame, we invite his wife, Molly, to come up and put David's Hall of Fame jacket on him. By the way, Brooks, there's one for you, too.
Ah, the waterworks. Ah!
in about 20 years, Brooks, right? Okay, David, it's time. In a few moments, you will enter the pantheon of legends who have helped mold what it means to be a New York Met. You will forever be etched next to Mets icons. Names like Stengel, Hodges, Seaver, Piazza, Koosman, Hernandez, Mays, Gooden, and Strawberry. David, as you know, played his entire career right here in Queens. No player has more hits, RBIs, runs scored, or total bases in the history of the Mets. And today, it becomes official. No New York Met will ever wear the number 5, ever again. Fans, we ask that you please turn your attention to the retired numbers in left field, where David's iconic number 5 will live forever. Congratulations, David. And that's not rain. Those are tears of happiness and pride. But right now, Captain, the ship once more is yours. David Wright.
You guys are trying to make me cry. Don't do it. First of all, an incredible congratulations to Tony Carillo. Well deserved. This is unbelievable. Last time I took this microphone, it was just before midnight on September 29th, 2018. We won 1-0 in extra innings. I drew a walk and popped out to the first baseman. Now, that might not seem very memorable to most of you, but to me, that meant the world. That night, I fully realized the extent of the relationship I had developed with the city of New York, and in particular, this Mets fan base. I'm not sure who cried more that night, me or my sleep-deprived daughters who stayed up way past their bedtime to cheer on their dad in his final game. I mentioned this incredible moment in my life, not to reminisce, like a lot of us old, broken-down, former players like to do, but to acknowledge that we have truly formed something extraordinary in this game. An 18-year-old kid from Virginia, having the privilege of being a lifelong Met and developing an unbreakable bond with the best fan base in baseball. Now, whether or not I earned this love, this respect, can probably be debated. I never accomplished my goal of bringing a World Series back to Queens, but I promise you, I gave it everything I had and wanted it just as badly as you did. And I think this fan base recognized that and was willing to genuinely have my back and support me unconditionally through the good and the bad. And for that, I will always be thankful. People often ask, what does it take to get to the big leagues? I learned at a relatively young age that there is no magic pixie dust, that you can just sprinkle on a kid and ta-da, magically become the third baseman for the New York Mets. What I can tell you is for me, looking back on it, the recipe was pretty simple. Want it more than everybody else and be willing to work harder than everybody else. Have a top-of-the-line support system. In this support system, have 2 parents named Ron and Elisa, and 4 grandparents named Cletus, Henry, Helen, and Marie that were willing to sacrifice all of their time, energy, and money to make sure I could play this beautiful game as often as I liked. Also in this support system, have 3 terrific younger brothers named Stephen, Matthew, and Daniel that challenge you every day to become the best role model you can be, and along the way, teach you how to compete in everything in life. Baseball, ping pong, wrestling, pizza eating. Didn't matter. We were competing in it. Then surround yourself with friends that treat your successes the same way that they would treat their own. And along the way, understand that you will never have this game, on or off the field, figured out. And lean on your teammates, coaches, and staff to help you through the rough stretches. And speaking of teammates and coaches, surround yourself with some of the best in the game. After that, find a continuation of that same structured support system with a wife named Molly that partners with you, that takes that same work ethic and goal-setting mentality into life after baseball, in particular parenting, all while becoming a very mediocre soccer, softball, and baseball coach to your 3 kids, Olivia, Madison, and Brooks. A big, big, big thank you to Steve and Alex Cohen. I can't thank you enough. And their awesome support staff for this incredible honor and for your friendship. And on behalf of this amazing fan base, thank you for your dedication to making the New York Mets the best organization in the game. And thank you to their predecessors, the Wilpon family, for allowing me to live out my dream of playing for my favorite team my entire career. It was instilled in me at a young age that if you give this wonderful game, it'll give back. I gave everything I had to this game, and this game has been so gracious in what it has given me. Including playing in front of 40,000 friends in each night for almost 15 years. So in closing, if you would have told a young David Wright to close his eyes and imagine this day, I would have said you're crazy. No way. Impossible. Then I would have went out to my backyard in Virginia and hit off a homemade tee with balls that were falling apart at the seams until it got dark outside to prove you right. My three wonderful kids, Olivia, Madison, and Brooks, often use the term "for real life" when on occasion they are telling the truth. Well, to borrow their term, this sure doesn't feel like for real life. Thank you so much for allowing me to live out my dream in front of you each night. I love you so much, and let's go Mets.
Fans, one more time for the eternal captain and number 5 of the New York Mets, David Wright.
And there you have it, everybody. David Wright's special moment has finally happened, and it was special indeed. Definitely had the waterworks a little bit like everyone else. Wasn't too much. I feel like I did a good job trying to keep myself composed the way that I know David did. And I got to say, David, as someone who was as nervous as he was making himself out to be leading into, obviously, making that speech happen, as he was saying on SNY's, pregame media availability with the Mets as well, he really carried himself well. I think he hit every single point that he needed to hit there, paid homage and to everyone in his family, friend circle, and obviously the fans for thanking them for everything to help him make his dream become a reality. So, yeah, really, really cool to see. I'm very grateful that I got to witness that moment live in real time with, the north of 200 live Mets viewers in here in the chat right now, and the people that watch on replay as well. So thank you guys so much for taking part in those emotions with your guy Wardy. I appreciate that. I didn't want to say anything throughout it because there was nothing for me to say. You know what I mean? I just wanted to soak that up the way that all you guys did right there. And, it's kind of crazy to me because this is without question the most impactful number retirement, Hall of Fame retirement that I've seen in Mets history for me personally as a fan, especially when you bear in mind what Wrights fandom did for me personally. Like, he is the OG Met that I think of. When I think of the Mets, I first think of David Wright. The first jersey I've ever had was David Wright. The first key moments I ever witnessed as a fan were right in the heart of Wright returning, especially from his injury, as well as the key moments that he had from when I would attend games casually with my family there over the years, because we would hit Shea and Citi Field at least once or twice every single season, regardless of how locked in or not locked in I was as a baseball fan. I always was so excited for those baseball games, especially because of the fact that I wasn't necessarily locked in on the day by day the way that I am certainly now, and have been the past, oh my God, now. It's been over a decade now that I've been locked in like this. It's actually kind of crazy to say that, or right around. Pretty surreal how quickly time can fly. But Wright is the man that you think of when you think of the face of a franchise, when you think of a true leader, when you think of a selfless individual on and off the field, yet gives so much and also is grinding his ass off to be the best player he can possibly be. I mean, work ethic alone, you could take a lot and learn a lot from David Wright, regardless on what sport you're an athlete in or just the type of day-to-day life you live. I think there are so many qualities of David Wright as a human being that everyone should carry along with themselves for the better, because he has been nothing short of probably the best prime example of an athlete not only using their platform for good, but using it truly for great, the way that he has throughout his past, again, 20 plus years now of really since he's been on the scene, going back to 2005, what really kind of started it all. So I can go on and on about David, but I'm just very grateful that everything went smoothly in that ceremony. It was really cool to kind of interact and watch it live with each and every one of you. I thought that was really cool. If you were not Momentous this morning. Take time to reflect on how awesome you are, Scott says. I grew up with Wright as my favorite player. I feel like everyone that's been, a Mets fan, at least over the past 20 to 30 years, probably has that in their same category as like, yeah, he's my favorite. He's the guy I think of right away. And now I don't even think of him, but I also think of, the future. Because for me, if a Francisco Lindor gets retired in Mets history forever, right? If DeGrom comes back and gets cemented in history, like those are things that will impact me even greater than this, just because that'll hit my fandom greater than ever. I've covered Francisco Lindor's entire tenure since the night the Mets acquired him back in the offseason of 2020, heading into the 2021 season. Anything from especially going on as we go down the line and think about when these guys' tenures are eventually done with the Mets and get cemented, that is going to hit me like a fucking bulldozer. The way that, for example, I'm a football fan. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And when I see Hines Ward, Ben Roethlisberger, and so many other Steelers greats get retired and then or given homage after the fact, it's a lot, because like I went through all those emotions live in real time with them as they were players. As a New York Rangers fan, Henrik Lundqvist's tenure coming to an end, and now he's thankfully still in the Rangers space a lot as a talking head for MSG, which is great. But seeing him, and when he gets his moment, when he had his moment before, when he was cemented in Rangers history with the number 30 in the past couple years ago, like that just hit like a ton of bricks, because you really go through these emotions, because it's not just you're appreciating everything about those athletes, but you're appreciating all the fond memories they help build in your mind, especially as a young man or young woman. I mean, like you can't go back in time, but those people are what give you those constant memories. The floodgates are open of positivity, of even sometimes negativity, of the frustration you had by being so obsessed over these people or athletes, and you went through all the trials and tribulations that came along with it, going through the highs and the lows in a normal baseball season, hockey season, football season, NBA season, you name it. It's just a very special thing. It's a unique thing, and it was really cool to get that experience with David today, and I very much so look forward down the line when I can appreciate them to a even greater magnitude when it's the guys that I've been full on locked in and covering on a daily basis. And James, yeah, I'm not here to condone the actions on that front. I'm just saying he was my quarterback growing up, whether you love it or hate it, and that was right in the peak of my Steelers fandom. So I will leave it at that. And I completely understand every rightful criticism, because how can you not have a rightful criticism for something heinous that happened in the past? I 100% agree. But guys and gals, that is going to do it here for our live show. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the segment. Zach, I know, when is he going to become captain? That's a good question. It didn't happen during the ceremony, and that's fine. Let's see if the torch is passed sooner rather than later, however. But I will see you guys all live after this Mets game today, win, lose, or draw. So be on the lookout for our latest post-game coverage, as we'll be breaking down everything that transpired. And that one, TJ Watt did sign. That is correct. I'm very happy about it as a Steelers fan. But folks, that's what I will leave you with. Thank you so much for sharing some of your emotions and your favorite David Wright moments with your guy Wardy, and I will see you all later on today for post-game coverage. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you check out all the videos that we dropped. We've dropped 3 or 4 over the past 3 days, and they're all really important topics I think you guys will enjoy to check out, should you have not done so already. Thank you guys again. PB9, appreciate you always, and let's go Mets.